All right, welcome back, everybody. Rodrigo, Afanador here, Asheville Real Estate News, episode 18. Sitting down with Zack, second time on the show. Thanks for coming on.
It's good to be here. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, really excited to get you back in chat. We're going to do a little bit of a different conversation this time around, but arguably more important, depending, how you're looking at it. So, you want to kind of give us a quick update what you've been up to since the last time we had you on? It's been a month ago, 2 months ago?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rodrigo. It's always a pleasure. Appreciate the invite. So I figured today and this month is Thanksgiving, and it's the month of November, and we tend to try to lead our business and our activities in the community by gratitude.
Right.
And I want to talk a lot about today around the program that we are a part of. We're a founding member and we're residing on the board, and it's a collaboration with Homeward Bound, and more specifically it's the REACH Fund. And what that means is basically we are trying to motivate anyone that touches the real estate transaction to give back to end chronic homelessness here in Buncombe County.
And so when we're talking about a real estate transaction, you're saying it's anybody who touches on it. Who are the normal key players that you would say are touching an average transaction?
Yeah, before I get there, initially the REACH Fund was established to motivate real estate agents combating chronic homelessness in Buncombe County. We realized, based on the volume of real estate that was closed and all of the commissions that was made in 2016, that if each real estate agent gave 1% of their commission, like a commission check, so average maybe $50, that we would automatically raise in a 1-year period based on volume in Buncombe County $700,000.
Wow.
And so that's like $50. Right? There's almost 2,000 real estate agents, and I'm not a real estate agent or a lender, but we felt so compelled by the mission statement of that. It's part of our mission to give back to the community. And so, I was approached by Ryan, who's really the founding member, and there are 6 people that reside on the board, and we get together monthly, and we are really at this point trying to create advocacy groups by doing presentations at realty firms and really asking for their direct involvement, both by giving a donation, but also as a way to integrate their gifting process in a closing. So most agents like to provide a gift at closing, and it might be, it could be a random thing. It could be a basket of like wine, cookies, it could be a knife, cutting board, whatever. But what we're trying to instill is it's a great way in our community. We're all vested, we're all in it together, it takes a village. By giving just a $50 closing gift to the REACH Fund to end chronic homelessness in Buncombe County, it's a great way to close a transaction.
So out of all the transactions that were closed 2016, you're saying if $50 from each agent that was involved in one of those transactions on average would have been given to the REACH Fund, it would have raised over $700,000.
Exactly.
Wow. That's
that's
pretty incredible,
Power in the numbers.
Definitely.
So as a lender and also as an allied member through the board, the real estate agent board, what we're trying to do is then reach every other person or entity that is involved in the real estate cycle of a transaction. So what that would mean is approaching, say, an appraiser, a home inspector, our real estate closing attorneys, our lenders, and the agents themselves, all to be a part of that. And even the home buyer that might be selling a home, getting a large check, they could do a small token donation to the REACH Fund.
So just creating opportunities for somebody to chip into this pool because they believe in what it's going for. That's a really good concept, kind of attacking at its core, and everybody, if you're in the real estate business, it kind of lines up. And hard not to be aware of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And even just, as residents to Asheville, we see it. It's a problem. The resources in Buncombe County are the greatest compared to any other surrounding counties. So you tend to get a migration of homelessness coming from outer counties into Buncombe. And the services that we currently have are strong, but they're just not enough. And so therefore, right now, I think Homeward Bound is working on a tally of what the definition of a chronic homelessness person is, and right now the list is about 141, and it seems to ebb and flow.
But that's a list of the 141 is what?
Is of permanent homeless folks in Buncombe. There are definitely a lot of other services that are outside of what that demographic is.
Okay.
And they have started a project that is very successful. I mean, the rate of permanent housing after they get someone off the street that's typically been chronically homeless would be 86%. So it's a huge kind of resolution, and yet there's just not enough resources to help everyone. So that's where we're most driven, is to try to end it like permanently in the county.
No, absolutely. That's obviously a great goal. I'm sure anybody would want to get behind that. How did it start this? So you said one of your friends kind of brought the idea to you, and how did it go from idea, dream to what it is now, where it's actually y'all are doing good
I'll
things?
tell a little bit of my personal story, but Ryan is really the founding member. It was his sort of his goal as a local Ashevillean. He's from Asheville, and he tells a story about taking an out-of-stater around Asheville looking for a home. And one of his clients said, "Wow, there's quite a few homeless people here. What's the city doing, or what are you guys doing as a community?" And he didn't have an answer.
Oh.
And so he had some moment of reflection. He was like, "Wow, I could be doing something about this." And I think that's kind of where the inspiration came from. Homeward Bound had one of their annual fundraisers, one of their largest fundraisers, and Ryan organized a table of 10. And there was probably about 100 other tables, so it was a huge event.
Wow.
We had a breakfast. We listened to a lot of these stories, both on the counselor side as well as some folks that have gone through the program and ended their own homelessness. And I was like, wow, I need to get more involved myself. And we were looking for a nonprofit to partner with, just by virtue of reconnecting to our mission statement, and being able to give back to the community. And I thought this is just a perfect match.
Right.
So that's kind of how we got involved.
Very cool. So, obviously we chatted about this. It's Thanksgiving time and everything, and talking about how you can take an opportunity and continue to give back for everybody, no matter what stage you're at. And what is the way people, if they want to choose this avenue to get involved, how does somebody get connected with the REACH program, and how do we,
Thank you so much. Yeah, so they can visit the website, which is homewardbound.org/reach.
Okay.
If they want to reach out to me personally, I'm happy to do that. Homeward Bound will give tours. There's pledge cards they can donate online, or they can mail in their donation. And we are also looking for advocacy groups. So we're happy to go to your either business or give a presentation at a sales meeting or whatever is most appropriate, where we have a captive audience to help educate our partners in the real estate transaction.
And is this something that's year-round, or is it just
Absolutely.
So you guys are doing this year-round? Okay.
Our fiscal year starts July 1.
Okay.
Our goal overall is to raise $100,000
Every year?
This year.
Okay.
We have bigger capital goals next year.
Gotcha.
Because one of the projects that we would want to help fund Homeward Bound is creating a permanent housing space. Right now, the Woodfin project only has 18 units. And the next project needs to be 40 or 50. And our initial goal in the first half of this year has been to raise at least $40,000 for a full-time salary for a counselor.
Okay.
And so we're striving for that goal.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, Zach. Thank you for sharing that. As we kind of wrap things up, if somebody was going to ask you, I guess it seems like the whole concept of REACH is to address chronic homelessness. Is that just
Correct.
to make sure? Okay.
That's the mission.
And the best way to do so then would be just to reach out onto their website, get connected, and then do you all do volunteer things as well, or is it just basically giving based at the moment as far as being able to support the program?
Yeah, right now we're looking for opportunities to educate the public on a sort of massive scale, or anyone that's involved in the real estate schedule. Or
if you have a platform to share the message, that would be the best way.
Yep, and if people are willing to, log into the website, make a donation, we'd love that.
Gotcha.
And they can also volunteer through Homeward Bound, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, thanks so much for coming on again today, and hopefully we get another episode together soon. And for everybody who's paying attention, make sure you get connected with us on Facebook, on YouTube, download us on iTunes, and we'll have all the show link notes to the website for REACH and Zach's contact information below, so you guys can connect with him.
Appreciate it, Rodrigo.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you.